about presentations in school. And I think it's something that we can all relate to more or less. So to begin with, let's talk about simplicity for businesses. Apple Computer made its money off of keeping all the clutter that was in the PC off of the laptop. They said, no, we do not want all these complicated menu bars, all these weird different buttons. We just want something that is simple, that is built all into one device. And of course it came from years of planning and years of simplifying things down, but in the end, it's a very minimalistic design that I think that's really what made it the powerful tool that we see today, that we see here in impromptu competitions that we see everywhere in our world. Another example of this is the founding of Virgin Airlines. Richard Branson, a millionaire at the time from Virgin Records, was flying home. And he was so incredibly frustrated by everything that he was trying to do to get a flight in order to get home that finally he said, you know what, I'm just gonna hire a plane. He went out into the airport and he said, is anyone going to Los Angeles? And he grabbed a bunch of people, put them on the plane. They all paid, I think it was probably about $100 at the time, definitely something cheaper than what we see today. And he started in airlines, just like that. And that is the beauty of simplicity. But this beauty isn't something that's just in modern businesses, but rather it's been around forever. A Japanese principle of design, wabi-sabi, particularly relates to the beauty in a simple piece of artwork, in a single ink blot, in a shadow, all these sorts of things that are so present within our world today that that in Japan were valued and continue to be valued today. This can be seen through Japanese artwork. As I've already mentioned, ink blot paintings are very popular, and because they show shadows and all these sorts of depths and things, but they're very simple in their creation. So finally, I'm going to move on to an example we can see in schools. Have you ever seen that one presentation that is just so incredibly cluttered with text it makes your heart beat a little bit faster, it makes you scared, you don't know what's happening? I'm guilty of creating that presentation, I have to be honest. I think all of us are at one point in our lives where we think, no, I have to keep that paragraph in, it's important, I need it there to feel safe, to feel secure. But what I ask of you is that you recognize that maybe we don't need that security anymore. And from simplicity, we move a little bit away from that safety, from that sense of, here's everything I need to make my presentation, but rather we move into, no, it's okay, I can do this, I can speak on my own, I don't need that there, I don't need that paragraph, I don't need that sentence. And that is the beauty of a great PowerPoint presentation. It's in images, it's in small words, things that can be understood in the blink of an eye. And that's what I mean when we say that it is difficult to make things simple. Because to take the simplistic route is not always the easiest route at all. It means moving away from boundaries, it means moving away from structure, and more than anything, it means breaking out on your own and doing something that is at once, maybe not thought of, like Apple Computer or Richard Branson's Virgin Airlines, or maybe something that it has to convey a lot more emotion than what you think a simple ink blot could do. Or maybe it's just the example of getting rid of that text block and moving away and standing out on your own. Thank you.